Well, first of all, I was trying to have children. So Tommy and I had decided, Tommy Gallagher, the Irish Prince, that I couldn't do movies anymore because we couldn't be all over the world. This is not, the next stage of our life was to be in one place and raise a family. And the original Dick Van Dyke Show, they wanted me to play the wife. But I had done a pilot for Yorkin and Lear called Band of Gold, and I wasn't available. So they got this unknown, Mary Tyler Moore. But when Dick was going to do the second Dick Van Dyke Show, he wanted me to play his wife this time. But he was doing it in Cave Creek, Arizona. And I flew up there and I said, Dick, Tommy said to him, I can understand you wanting to live in a lot of places, but he said, could I take you to like the south of France before you decide this is really it? And it wasn't where I wanted to be. I mean, we were driving around. I said the national bird is snake, it was, I couldn't breathe, I didn't want to. It was, again, being uprooted constantly. And they said I could fly back, but it wasn't right. And I did The Tonight Show, and Bob was on. Johnny was the host. And Artie Price said, oh, my God. And Bob and I knew each other forever. But CBS wanted Bob paired with a television star, because you must remember Bob was a record star, but not a television star. So Artie's looking at the two of us, and he goes, perfect. CBS went, couldn't be better. So they called me in, and I loved Bob, and I loved his work, and I liked everybody. One problem. I was pregnant. It was an unhealthy pregnancy, and I knew I was going to miscarry. It was a little disconcerting that I came in in a half a maternity dress. So we made an arrangement. Neither of us really wanted to do a show about children, but if I got pregnant, we'd deal with it then, because I wasn't going to not, now at this point in my life, give up that. And so I lost the baby just about, I think, 4 weeks before we started. I mean, the early shows, my knockers are out, Ginny Newhart was looking at me. I said, don't worry about it. They'll be gone. It's still, And it was a wonderful, 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 wonderful experience. After 13 weeks, Bob wanted to quit because, he wasn't used to having to come to the same place every day, work that hard. They didn't know what was going on. But as we settled into it, it was one of the most joyous times of all of our lives. It's a wonderful cast. Intelligent, loving people, supportive of each other's talents, we're still friends, all really friends. You hear people say, oh, we're so friends. Bullshit. We are. And it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. I'm very, very glad I had it, and happy to have all those people in my life and the talented people, behind the scenes that really were so important to all of us. The writing talent was extraordinary. The directors were great. Everybody went on to other things that they should well be proud of. And it was great. And I guess probably one of the things I'll be most remembered for, though probably a blip in the great variety of things I've done,